Hi everybody, it's Wednesday, and so we're looking at books, and you're looking at books with Campus Press, and we've got several things, exciting things going on. One is that we are looking, I'll just lean forward and get this, at the draft of a book which is coming out very, very soon by Paul Moon on the Māori language, so that's going to be very, very interesting, and it's looking good. It's a very, very provocative book. It's probably for Campus Press. It's probably taking Campus Press into new areas in some respects. More of I would think more of a populist type book, in the sense that it will cause debate across a big area, and that's good for us. We look at Campus Press. We look at everything really, and particularly if it's as good as Paul's work is. With references and well set out and well reasoned. So that's coming up. And then also we're looking at extensive podcasts going out. And they are coming out partly through this channel, but also just on radio. And they will be starting with a review of a book called Best of Both Worlds. The story of Elton Best and Tūtaka Nāhei, and that'll be very, very interesting too. A very, very good book by Jeffrey Paparoa Holman. So that will be starting pretty quickly. And along with that too, we have the ongoing development of papers on language 2014 to 17, which has been going very well. It's a big book, 268 pages by me, with two published papers in it, papers published in tikaharo.com, and a new paper as the introduction. And that new paper, of course, is causing a lot of good comment, and that is simply, where is the language, Kaihea Te Reo, and asking really for us to map the language again. And I think that's it's interesting, and it's I guess one of those papers that's come through this year. Three new papers from me this year. The first one, the historiography paper at Cambridge, and that is on its own. I guess it doesn't relate to the other two that I'm going to talk about now. The first one I've already talked about, of course, and that's Kaihea Te Reo. And of course the other one was the one given in Rarotonga, which does relate to Kaihea Te Reo. It does relate to where is the language, and that is the story of radio, how you move from monolingual to bilingual, to monolingual. You move from English and Māori to Māori, just speaking Māori, which I've done over the last few years, and I wrote about in the Rarotonga paper. So those three papers really break into a whole new world of books. We've got papers on language already published, with the paper on asking where the language is. That paper itself will, I think, morph into a monograph. It's about 40 pages now. It will go to about 70 or 80 pages. And in that monograph, I hope to look at a review of Paul Moon's work, incorporated into Kaihea Te Reo, where is the language. The historiography paper given at Cambridge will become part of a collection on historiography. That will be going out, I should think. It will be submitted anyway to tikaharo.com. I can't say that it will definitely be published there. But it will certainly be published by Campus Press, and then we will have some developments with the Rarotonga paper. And that Rarotonga paper, I think, is interesting because that takes us into a new world again, because there I'm talking about scaffolding, and without actually thinking about it, I've found myself back in the world of education. Because really what I'm doing on the radio is a form of education. It's not meant to be a formal type of education, but it's certainly informal, because you're introducing new Māori words, you're talking about new topics topics that other people I don't think are talking about in my te ao whānui, the wide world. People are talking about them, but possibly not to the same extent that I am. Things from Europe, things from all around the world, and part of what I'm doing in my life at the moment is going around the world a lot. So the whole idea of te ao whānui, the wide world, is to introduce new topics. Now then, that's being done on air. Also, it's being supported by what I'm trying to do on my Facebook page, Te Ao Whānui. So Te Ao Whānui is part of a scaffold for the Te Ao Whānui page on the internet, giving the visuals and giving captions as well of new words, is meant to be a buttress or a scaffold for my spoken te reo on the radio. Where does the scaffolding start and where does it finish? Because you've got all the teachers out there who are listening to the radio, all the students into the radio, and all, all the general public listening to the radio. How do you scaffold this? What's going on with Vygotsky and his scaffolding theory and so on? So I've got myself into that little zone. Not quite sure how to get out of that. But anyway, that's where we are. So you're with Peter Cleave and updating you on Campus Press. Nice to be broadcasting out.